5S. It's the smart thing to do. All the best companies are doing it. Whatever. So she was even teeing some up for him. You know, like what was she offering as maybe some reasons why we should do lean.
Cycle time reduction.
Cycle time reduction, so we can get more customers, faster quotes, more customers, grow the business. She says, so we can be more effective. I mean, she was teeing up all these things of potential whys, but he said, no, it's because we're supposed to do this, right? So, how inspiring is that? Imagine you're hurt, and that's your reason for change. I mean, it's not inspiring, it doesn't motivate you. In fact, at best, you'll get compliance to failure. And what I mean by that is I will do it to prove that it was done so I can get back to my regular work, right? There's no accountability, there's no ownership, there's no trying to figure out how it's going to work. There is no learning associated with that type of dialogue, right? It's something we have to do, and we'll just put up with it until the next thing comes up, right? And so, this idea, going back to why, everything must begin on why we're doing this. Why does it matter? And I would, you get specific, like why are we doing 5S? But even at a higher level, why does the business exist? Why do we care? Why do we show up to work? And so you saw out there, our big reason is to improve lives. We want to make a difference in people's lives, and so everything comes back to improving lives. Okay. It's funny, just to give you an example of this, like of our vision of improving lives. So lives is plural, okay? And we're trying to improve the customer, the employee, the shareholder, the community, and we just add a supplier to it, okay? So the idea is we are trying to impact as many people as we possibly can for good. And so let me give you an example of how this is used. So I had a phone call, this was a couple years ago. Someone said, hey, we want to buy these chairs. They were these fancy kind of lounge chairs that they wanted to get a whole bunch of them, so during the breaks they could just sit down and kind of kick back, in the cell. They said, this would be awesome. It'd be so good for us to have these chairs so that we can sit here and chill during our breaks. We're about improving lives, right? So this improves our lives, so we want to get these chairs, can I buy them? That was essentially what the conversation was. I thought, okay, you're right. That sounds pretty good. That sounds like that would make your life better, okay? But what is our vision? He said, well, it's to improve lives. Whose lives? He listed them off. So let's evaluate your solution relative to that vision. How does the shareholder feel about you guys buying these expensive chairs? Maybe if I argue there was a return on it, maybe I could, but I can't argue that. How does it help the customer? Well, maybe if I can argue that it makes us more productive and get more parts out, maybe that, I can't make that argument. How's it for the community? In the end, it's like, I guess this is just good for us. So I said, so how does this idea rank? Is this a great idea? Okay idea? And he was able to kind of self-judge, self-correct, and say, you know what? It doesn't line up with our vision. It doesn't align with all stakeholder values. Therefore, it's not a bad idea. It's just not an ideal idea. The best ideas are the ones that take care of all the stakeholders. And so we provide this framework for people to make choices, okay? And that's just an example of how people are going to use this every single day. They have to balance it. All their decisions have to be balanced through this lens. Is it making life better for all these stakeholders or not? That's the lens that they have to look at things through. And the other thing that's important is it's outwardly focused. It's not what are you doing to improve my life. That's all I care about. It's what am I doing to improve all your lives, right? It's an outward focused idea.